All right, everybody, it's time for our live stream. And I'm going to be honest with you. You ever have that moment where you just feel like you're looking around and you're going, am I seeing something that no one else is seeing? Like, am I in a different reality? Because right now I'm watching lefties simultaneously claim some sort of victory today, and then at the same time, like, lament that they don't have the shutdown that they want. Y'all, I swear you're not dead. You do have a pulse, but this is going to be an episode that I think you're going to enjoy. So as you guys get in here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, because guys, this is how we save the country. I mean, honest to goodness, we have to cut through the propaganda with a switchblade knife. I mean, it is so thick out here. It's ridiculous. And as you get in here, of course, make sure that audio video is good. Everything is good to go. I'm not seeing you guys in the chats yet, which usually means something is amiss. So as you guys get in here, make sure we're good to go. I see the comments and the chats starting to flow in. Excellent. As you guys get in here, if you are new or if you are regular, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. We have got some work to do, people, and this is going to be a thing. So, of course, make sure you follow me on X at Braden LOA. And if you get in here, give me some audio, video, 5x5, because it looks like the system is being a little bit wonky. And I absolutely hate when it is wonky. So, make sure that is good. Looks like we are good. Everything is good to go. Notifications are just sitting on their butts again. Well, you know what? The ones who are early get to get all the goodness first. Here we go. I'm going to do a little bit of breaking news up on the front end of this, because you guys need to know this. Because, again, I swear it's like drinking through a freaking fire hose. So right now, Caitlin Collins from CNN is saying that the DHS, or the Department of Homeland Security, has suspended Gregory Bovino's access to his social media accounts effective. Basically, they fired him. That's what the whole reporting is. Now, the left ran to X. Oh my God, we won. We defeated ICE. We defeated the Border Patrol. We defeated Trump. Oh, we're amazing. All the while, they have no clue what they've accepted and what they're accepting and what they're agreeing to. Because literally, Trump just undermined sanctuary cities in their little negotiations. But for some reason, the left doesn't recognize that. I tell you what, man, it is bizarre. But anyway, let's keep on going. So Caitlin Collins says he's out. And then the Department of Homeland Security says, yeah, no, he's not. No, he's not. In fact, he's just in a different part of the country. So that's going to be important a little bit later when we walk through the entire thing as we unhinge all the propaganda and just throw it in a bonfire. Because honest to God, trying to track this stuff right now is like trying to catch water with a net. It is very, very difficult because it is all over the place. All right. The left is doing this throw everything at the wall spaghetti approach. And it's interesting to see. Luckily, as your guide, I'm here to walk you through the entire thing. Okay. Again, the Department of Homeland Security says, no, he's not. CNN says, yes, he is. Let me walk you into the White House because this all ties together with what we're about to talk about. Guys, the left have agreed to something and they have no idea how much they're going to regret it. Here is Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary of the White House. Listen to what she says about the exact same guy. Watch this.
Mr. Bovino is a wonderful man and he's a great professional. He is going to very much continue to lead Customs and Border Patrol throughout and across the country. Mr. Homan will be the main point of contact on the ground in Minneapolis.
And to follow up,
isn't it interesting, y'all, that the left just seems to completely forget the reason that guy was there? Again, he's not fired. I mean, according to reporting, he's just going back to his duties as the Border Patrol chief. Now, what's fascinating about this, and then we're going to get into the different parts of this show, but what's interesting about this entire thing is the only reason he was there in Minneapolis is to cover the ICE agents while the police and the local municipalities were standing down and not doing their jobs. So the Border Patrol was acting as the bubble and the buffer, and ICE was grabbing the people. And if you remember Trump's little deal that he made when Tim Walz called him today, I'm going to walk you through that whole thing. They don't need him anymore because the requirements are going to be police stop doing sanctuary cities. The left has no idea what they've agreed to. They are so on an emotional high thinking that they won something, and they haven't won anything. And I'm going to walk you through the entire thing. But this is the whole point. He's going back to doing the Border Patrol, which is his job, and the left is going, haha, we got him fired. No, it's not how that works. In fact, they're sending in Tom Homan from the White House into Minneapolis to get the municipalities and the police departments and the jurisdictions to actually do the job that the Border Patrol was doing, because they weren't doing it. This is literally undermining sanctuary cities, and for some reason, somehow, they don't see it. It is remarkable. I'm okay if they don't see it, but I mean, like, my God. Okay. All right, let's keep on going. I'm going to skip right past the break button. It's not important. I've got to give some credibility to some of my followers on X, because you guys, I asked every single one of you guys on my X account, at Braden LOA, what do you think? Is Trump's little move here with walls a loss or a win for the Trump administration? Who won? All right. These two stuck out to me. This looks like Minnesota is about to cave on not working with ICE, which means the sanctuary city policies are about to collapse, which is a correct assessment. Work with ICE on detainers, and you won't need them in the streets conducting raids to trying to capture illegal criminals. Right. That's the whole point. If you have all of them arrested at jails and they're already arrested in a controlled environment, you don't need to have ICE raids, which was the entire point of the ICE raids themselves. Because the states and cities were letting them out, so they had to go get them. If you just grab them right here at the jail, you don't have that issue anymore. Very good assessment from that account. Now, this next one, again, guys, it's truly wild how you guys have a better grasp on everything, even better than the media, or in most cases, politicians. Okay, watch this. Here's the second one. This is from 2A James. Walls is so proud of Minnesota. The Signal chat story drops. Walls flinches and calls Trump. This is this person's assessment. Trump won't stop deportations. Hasn't alluded to it whatsoever. Walls stifles his rhetoric, so he backs down with his rhetoric. Trump responds, as he always does, when the ring is kissed, with compliments. That is absolutely true. Homan is in the House, going from the White House there, and Walls will stop impeding. Does that sound like a massive loss for the right and a tremendous win for the left? Because that is literally, right there, that's exactly what just happened. But the left is too emotional and instant gratification oriented that they can't see the long play here. The long play here is the police and the Mississippi, goodness gracious. The police and the Minneapolis police departments are now going to do the job that the Border Patrol were doing. So they pull Border Patrol and the media is like, ha, we got rid of Border Patrol. Yeah, now the cops are going to do it. Great job. All right, I got a super chat real quick. Sean Browning, $2, says, master of the art of the deal. Trump says checkmate. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a pretty good. Okay, I'm going to keep on trucking here. Now, this one is a little bit. These next two, this is such a contrast. And I put this in here for a very specific reason, because it's going to set up the next few clips. This is what happened when Tim Walz deployed the National Guard in Minnesota and Minneapolis to help control the rioters or the protesters. They give them coffee and donuts while the actual Border Patrol agents are defending hotels they're destroying. Watch this. This is literally real footage. This is side-by-side real footage.
Oh my God. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm fine. Where's the local PD? That's my question for the press. Where's the local PD?
What's your message to the local PD, sir?
Well, the mayor.
Very chaotic.
And state
While you're giving messages, what would your message to the protesters that want you out be? As long as you're
Don't call
giving
in.
have any
Please, bitch, back up. Back up. Please, give me some room. It's me and 30 people. Please get back.
I'm also a paramedic. You are bleeding. Can I help you, sir?
I'm fine.
All right. Here's what I want to throw out about this one. On the top, you've got the Minnesota National Guard bringing coffee and donuts to rioters and protesters outside of the ICE facilities. On the bottom, you have an ICE agent or a Border Patrol agent, I can't tell from that clip, who is standing guard at a hotel who is not his because protesters were invading and beating up the people in the hotel. Where are the local PD? Oh, it's very simple. They're up there giving coffee to the rioters. You think these optics don't play? These optics are important. That's why you need to send this stuff out. All right, let's keep on going, because again, this is what's happening. Right here, you got another one of them giving them coffee and donuts. Look. Protesters work hard. Hot chocolate. Oh my God, Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay.
So the Care Bears first aid van.
Oh.
So I've got like BBMs, some acoustic dressings, like I don't know,
So nice.
stuff.
Okay.
So cute. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the donuts while I protested against the lawful authority and legal authority. Thank you so much. Great job, Minnesota. Great job. But here's why I throw those in there. So Caroline Levitt, again, you guys know how these live streams work. I literally do it breadcrumbs until we get to the end. So make sure you stay through this entire thing. And remember, comments, chats, and emojis, make that notification bell. Get up off his butt, off the couch, and dust the Cheeto crumbs off his chest, because clearly he's not doing enough to get the message out. So it's up to you guys. And you've, of course, always been deputized to handle any lefty that wanders in. All right. This one. Y'all, come here real quick. You know what? I want to do this right. I cannot understand how so many different reactions on both the right and the left are in this interaction. And again, please tell me in the comments and chat, if I am over the target, tell me. If I am way off the target, tell me. But I cannot see how Trump getting the White House or the Minnesota government, the mayor and the governor, to call him and get the police departments back involved in working and cooperating with ICE through logistics and access to their jail and access to their felons, which is the whole ask the entire time. I do not see how that is a loss. I just don't. And also, you still have the same ICE agents, you still have the same everything. The only difference is you pulled Border Patrol because the police are going to do the job that Border Patrol was filling. Honest to God, like, tell me if I'm wrong, please. But here's the demands, and you tell me if these demands that the White House just put out are Trump losing or Trump literally undermining sanctuary cities in one of the biggest sanctuary cities in the United States. Just tell me. I'm gonna let it rip, and then I'll stop and we'll talk about it. But you guys tell me in the comments. Seriously, I need your help on this one, because maybe I'm crazy or I'm like Nostradamus or something, because I cannot see it. Let's go.
In Minnesota. Number 1. Governor Walz, Mayor Fry, and all Democrat leaders should turn over all criminal illegal aliens currently incarcerated in their prisons and jails to federal authorities, along with any illegal aliens with active warrants or known criminal histories for immediate deportation. Number 2, state and local law enforcement must agree to turn over all illegal aliens who are arrested by local police. And then thirdly,
all right. There's a lot of stuff here at 3 and after. But do you understand what this is, though? Again, objectively, no one's talked to me. I don't have any relationship with anybody in the White House. I got nothing. I'm just looking at it from the outside, and I'm observing and sharing with you. And you guys can welcome to take part in the conversation in the comments. But if you're talking prior to this, it was, get out of my city. We're not giving you any illegals that are in jail. We are not showing you any arrest warrants. We are not arresting people. We are not cooperating with you. It was full on, no way, I'm virtuous Minnesota. And now the demands are, you're going to give us everybody in your frickin' jails. You're going to give us everybody who's a warrant. If you arrest an illegal alien, you're going to get them and give them to us. And then after that, you're going to give us logistical support to run these ops to make sure that we're doing it right. Does that sound like the Minnesota rioters won? Or does that sound like Trump literally just got them agree to his original demands? What's the win for the left? Honestly, tell me, like in the chat, like jump over here. Tell me what the big win is for the left in their whole we just won everything push on X right now. I'm not seeing it. Is the big win Gregory Bovino goes out and then they replace him with Tom Homan? So like cog over here, cog in here. I mean, like, and you get the police to do it, and you get the jurisdictions, and you get the mayors to say, sit down, shut up, and just give us the people. I mean, honest to God, like, you guys tell me, like, I feel like I'm in crazy land. I feel like I'm the only one like looking around going, does no one see what just happened? Okay, let's keep on trucking. This next part's really important. Pay attention.
Local police must assist federal law enforcement in apprehending and detaining illegal aliens who are wanted for crimes, especially violent crimes. If Governor Walz and Mayor Fry implement these common sense cooperative measures that I will add have already been implemented in nearly every single other state across the country, Customs and Border Patrol will not be needed to support ICE on the ground in Minnesota. ICE and local law enforcement can peacefully work together, as they are effectively doing in so many other states and jurisdictions. Additionally,
okay, this next additionally one's a big one. Give me a second on that one. But again, I want to reiterate, you've now got Minnesota and Minneapolis doing the exact same things that all the other states and all the other municipalities are doing. You literally just took the one resistance point off the checkboard. They're now going to completely and totally acquiesce to requests from ICE. I mean, yeah, I'm waiting for the point where the left want anything on this. What? Gregory Bovino goes back to the border to be the border patrol chief on the border where he's supposed to be. Like, that's the big win. You know what? Lefties, congratulations. You got the border patrol guy back down at the border. We've got the immigration deportation ICE guy going into Minneapolis, and now your government's working with him. Yeah. Okay. And now this next one, because again, this next part is politics 101. Remove the leverage. Watch this. This is really key because it's going to tie together real nicely.
President Trump is calling on the United States Congress to immediately pass legislation ending sanctuary cities once and for all. American cities should be safe sanctuaries for law-abiding citizens only, not for dangerous illegal alien criminals who broke our nation's laws and do not belong here. We hope Governor Walz will do the right thing and continue to work with President Trump to keep the American people safe following their call this morning. In Minnesota.
All right. Remember, you guys are deputized to police the chat. Okay. This is the whole other point to this, guys. And I'm going to go big screen on this while you guys handle that situation that's brewing over there in the chats. If the entire point of sanctuary cities is to do exactly the opposite of what Mayor Frey just did and Tim Walz just did, they lost. And now Trump says, hey, I'm calling on Congress to get rid of all sanctuary cities. And I've also removed all the impetus for all the leverage points where you weren't going to fund DHS. Don't worry, that's coming up next. I'm telling you, all this stuff is tying together. Breadcrumbs to the very end. But if you remove the leverage and then you say sanctuary cities, which are causing this problem, need to be removed on a political level by Congress, you're shifting it back on them. You're going to see more of it. Okay, let's keep on going. Again, guys, I'm telling you, all this stuff is popping and it's all tied together. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Make sure chats, comments, emojis are flowing. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. And again, I want to show you a clip I showed you in my earlier video. Dana Bash from CNN. Oh, you guys are having fun. Oh my God, the chat over here. We got a live one. You guys take care of it. It's all right. Here we go. CNN.
We just got a statement from the office of Minnesota Governor Tim Walz about his conversation with President Trump that we reported on earlier. The governor's office called it productive, adding, quote, the president agreed that he would talk to the Department of Homeland Security about ensuring the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is able to conduct an independent investigation, as would ordinarily be the case. The president also agreed to look into reducing the number of federal agents in Minnesota and working with the state in a more coordinated fashion on immigration enforcement.
A more coordinated fashion of ICE immigration enforcement. That is fancy speak for bend over and do exactly what we tell you to in our state, in your state. Because we're going to take some agents out. Gregory Bovino, who the border chief is, just going back to the border. Ooh. We're going to send Tom Homan back in. Okay. Sounds like we sent some agents away. Now give us all your criminals. I mean, literally, like, guys, am I the only one that sees this? That and other than that live one we got in the chat over here. All right, guys, we're going to get a little bit of a break. We're going to stretch. We're going to have some fun. We got this, one more break, and then we're going to just, man, the momentum is building towards the end of this episode. And I hope you guys stay because it is going to be everything your heart's desire. All right, you guys are ripping up the chat. I love every second of it. I can't even read it. It's going so fast. Now, I'm going to show you something with 3 little clips of what we're dealing with right now. And a lot of the consternation on the right that I'm seeing on X is we can't let these people get away with what they've just done. There should be accountability, 100%. But I want to highlight something that illustrates exactly what we're dealing with here. This is not regular Democrat people. These are far left, woke, paid agitator, communist, socialist revolutionaries. I want you to pay attention very closely to the language used in these clips, and then we're going to tie this all together and show you how the Democrats are going to backfire hard on this in about a week and a half. Hold on a second. Let's get it.
Revolutions come when incompetent leaders overestimate their power and they unleash solidarity and courage. And that's what's happening right now. I believe that what is happening here right now is going to be the turning point of this regime. It is going to be the turning point of this regime. So I know it is hard sometimes, and I know we are tired sometimes, and I know our fingers freeze in the cold, but you know what? We are going to turn this around. We're going to show the country the path, not just to kick ICE out of Minnesota, although we will, not just to abolish ICE once and for all, although we will.
All right, I figure I'd jump in at an applause line. By the way, you guys are doing amazing work. My deputies in the chat, keep it up. All right, so here's the thing. You heard it at the very beginning. A revolution starts this way. We are going to do this and get rid of ICE. No, you're not. In fact, all the Democrats are going to cave on getting rid of ICE, and I'm going to show you that in a second. It's all a pipe dream. It's a big manipulation. It's a big game. But I want you to pay attention to the language being used around revolution and the new people's choice and all the new systems that they're going. This is all the language they all use. All of them. And quite frankly, I don't like it. I'm going to call it out every second I can because this is literally red communist, Leninist China communism right here. Okay? You're looking at actual revolutionaries. Watch this at the end, then we'll go to the next one. You might catch up a theme.
But also to build the type of organizing networks of solidarity, the type of mass organizing that can not only end Trump's fascist regime, but actually build a new political system that works for all everyday people.
That's all I needed. Building a new political system that works for everyday people. That's called socialism. Congratulations. Revolutionary socialism. Get rid of the power structures. Y'all, you're looking at paid, agitated socialist. And let's keep on trucking. And if you guys are just now getting in here, you chose a perfect time to show up because we got to talk about this Antifa poster boy again. Listen to the common words he said. It's the weirdest thing. I tell you what, wonders never cease.
Playing the entire time. So Pam Bondi, you want to come and arrest me? You want to come and give me charges? So be it. And for all the people giving me death threats, threatening my life, kill me. Go ahead, kill me. Because you know what? As Fred Hampton said, you can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution.
Oh man, Billy Badass is so amazing. Yeah, you can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution. That's weird, because she said something about revolution. Man, I tell you what, must be something in the air. I don't know, weird. It's almost like they're all using the exact same coded language and the exact same speeches and the exact same antagonistic tactics. Oh, look! Improvised weaponry. See the game? The game is the left gets to play with these really far left, anti-capitalist, full-on communist socialists. They get to play with weapons. They get arrested. They're useful idiots. And then the Democrats get to use them as martyrs when they get shot. You see how this works? Because that woman right there, that's a bag full of screws inside a pipe, which is meant to stop vehicles. You've got this guy right here who invaded a church and went after Christians and made women and children cry in their congregation while screaming at them, calling them Nazis. And then you have this chick who's Viva Revolution, and she's, all that is whatever. Do you see the pattern yet? This is not Democrats. This is actual revolutionaries, which goes to this point right here. I had a break tab in there. I'm not even going to do it. We're on a roll, guys. If you're in here and you have defended our honor in the chat and you are one of the deputies, let me hear you in the comments, the chats, the emojis, and make the world go round. They make that notification bell get up off his ass and dust off the Cheeto dust so he can go out and do his job, because he's clearly not. Great job. 2,184 people in here. You guys are incredible. And now we are about to get into some stuff that you need to see because it's about to go mainstream. I hope you're ready for the next shutdown, because this is the move and it's not going to be what everyone thinks it's going to be. All right, here we go. Ron DeSantis. The left wants to abolish ICE because it believes in open borders. Of course that's the case. But here's the problem. The Democrats have an abolish ICE conundrum. As progressives push to disband the agency, centrists are warning Democrats risk similar blowback to the defund the police movement. And this is what you're seeing. And make no mistake at all, as we go into these parts of these next 4 or 5 tabs, this is all about Democrat power. Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, this entire thing is about their power. It is all about how they're going to go ahead and seize power from Trump so they can get the majority again. This is about their power and nothing else. And I'm about to illustrate that very clearly. And we're about to get a crash course in it over the next week and a half when they get back in front of the microphones. Okay? This is what you're about to see. And you guys can mark it down. You saw it here first. They're turning on the establishment Democrats, and they're going after the far left progressives because they care more. Okay? Right here, you know who that woman is? That's Janet Mills. Why is Janet Mills significant? Well, Janet Mills is the governor of Maine. She's running for Senate to take out Susan Collins' position. The only little pesky problem is the progressive far-left candidate Graham Plattner, the guy with the Nazi death skulls on his chest, actual Nazi death skulls on his chest, the progressive candidate, is going to knock out Janet Mills, and then he's going to lose in the primary because, you know, he's a psycho. But that's why they're going after her right now. Look at that headline. Mills flew to California fundraisers while ICE raided Maine. You see where this is going? This is what it's going to be. It's going to be the far-left progressives, like Axios, targeting the establishment moderate centrist Democrats, and they're going to start just nailing them because they want the far-left progressives in power. You're watching a coup d'etat inside the Democrat Party in real time. I've been telling you it's happening for the last 12 months. If you've been with us and you've been with me on these channels, you know, let me hear you in the comments. Let's keep it going. All right, so that's the first one I'm going to show you. This is the second one I'm going to show you because this is about to happen. While everyone is all a hullabaloo about things that I just do not think matter right this second, you're seeing this guy, Chucky Schumer, Axios, inside the Dems' 11th hour push to force changes to ICE. See how this works? Changes to ICE, not defunding ICE, changes to ICE. It's all about their power. They don't want to go back into this position of defunding the police. They still want the credit of doing something, but they don't want to go too far. I've been telling you that this is where it's going to go, and we've arrived. You're about to see a shutdown threat because they want this to happen. A group of 10 Senate Democrats are lining up behind a list of asks for changes at the Department of Homeland Security, including requiring warrants for arrest, mandating that federal agents identify themselves, Department of Homeland Security cooperate with state and local investigations into shootings like Good and Peretti. Remember how I told you earlier Trump took the leverage off the table? Because he already gave them that. Why are they asking for that? Doesn't make any sense. And then Chuck Schumer, gathering input from caucus, held a 1 hour plus meeting with lawmakers last night. Oh my God, 1 whole hour. Ooh. All right, this is the whole point, guys. You're watching politics happen. They're leveraging all the pieces of this entire shenanigan in Minneapolis and Minnesota, and you're watching it get to this point. Watch, I'm telling you, all the breadcrumbs in these live streams go into the end of these things. This is the pivotal key point. Let me hear you in the comments and chats if I'm landing this plane. And of course, you and your engagement make the whole thing go round. Now, this is a 2-minute segment. Watch this from Fox News. It's aired, I think it was like an hour, or like 2 or 3 hours ago. Watch this. It's wild.
Hey, Martha, so here's the thing. Even if Senate Democrats are able to block this DHS funding bill and cause a partial government shutdown, it's not going to hurt ICE. That's because ICE already got $75 billion worth of funding through 2029 as part of the One Big Beautiful Bill, but still, Democrats are digging their heels in.
We can't vote to fund this.
I'm just going to stop real quick. I know I deputized all my people in the chats, but I just have to kind of like just stick this one real hard. Yeah, the funding was in through 2029 in the big, beautiful bill that was already passed and is law. So that whole not getting a dime for ICE, good luck. All right, let's keep on going.
Lawless Department of Homeland Security.
We cannot provide another dime to this lawless operation.
How can you, good conscience, continue funding a department without the guardrails and protections?
I hate shutdowns. I'm one of the people that helped negotiate the solution to the end of the last shutdown, but I can't vote for a bill that includes ICE funding under these circumstances.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said on Sunday that Senate Democrats will not allow the DHS bill to move forward. The problem is that DHS funding bill is tied to 5 other spending bills. So if it fails, so do the others. Schumer says he wants to do the DHS funding bill and have it stripped away from the other 5 funding bills. He put out a new statement this afternoon saying, quote, the responsibility to...
Okay, I'll read that crap in a second. But do you realize what he just asked? Okay, again, I'm gonna go big screen on this really quickly so you guys understand the whole politics thing. First of all, the funding's already for ICE and the Department of Homeland Security in the One Big Beautiful Bill funded through 2029. That's why the bill stated, 2029. So that whole angle of they're not getting any money is kind of stupid, especially since all of the main asks from the Senate Majority Leader are literally nothing to do with funding. It's just adding in new requirements. Great job. And then the other piece to this is when you're looking at what he is specifically talking about doing, the funding bill for DHS that he's referring to is tied to 5 other bills. So in his big, awesome, powerful might that is Chuck Schumer, he goes, hey, Republicans, I don't want to shut down all 6 of these bills because then that would suck. But I would maybe, could you perhaps separate the one bill out so that I can be mean on that one, but we can get the other 5? Yeah. Real strong position. Real strong position. Okay, that's of course not going to happen. That's an idiotic statement, and it's going to backfire gloriously when I show you the last 2 tabs here. All right, let's keep on going. Take it away, Chucky.
Prevent a partial government shutdown is on Leader Thune and Senate Republicans. If Leader Thune puts those 5 bills on the floor this week, we can pass them right away. If not, Republicans will again be responsible for another government shutdown. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham reacted on X, posting in part, quote, Democrats are now backing out of a bipartisan agreement to fund DHS, which makes sure our border is secure and our immigration laws are enforced. This is reckless and, quite frankly, very disappointing. And Martha, back out here live a short time ago, a spokesperson for Leader Thune said, nope, they're not going to give in to these Democratic demands. They are starting the procedural process to move this whole package of bills forward, and they're going to try to call the Democrats' bluff here.
My God, please, please, please don't make me shut down all 6 bills. I only want to shut down the 1 bill. So could you take the 1 bill I don't like out of the 5 that I do, and then we can make that one be about the meaniness, but I don't want to do. You really think that's going to happen? Even John Thune, who's like tea and crumpets with the parliamentarian. If you know, you know. But I mean, like, my God, even that guy was like, that's not happening. It's the most obvious thing in the world. All right, now let's jump over to some other little fly in the ointment for Chucky and all those of his ilk. John Fetterman's not playing ball. Shocker. He literally just said that he's not going to shut down at all. Here we go. Watch.
I mean, so relieved. I think my party crossed a line of now putting 42 million Americans with their SNAP benefits and making flying less safe and that kinds of chaos and not paying our military. I mean, that was a red line for me that I can't cross as a Democrat. And I think that's been described country over the party. And now that I think that's been the truth throughout it, and it's only wrong to shut our government down, and I'm relieved. But the people now that are going to get paid and fed, and millions of Americans, they're going to be.
Okay, translation. We screwed up. We looked like asshats. We don't need to do that again. It's going well so far. Hadn't even started yet. Okay, and now this last one, and this is where the big gambit comes down to play. Anna Paulina Luna. Okay. She has become a very, very influential person, particularly on the media circuits. They send her out in a lot of places. She's good on camera, she's articulate, and she holds your attention. Okay? Listen to what she says is going to happen when Chucky Schumer does this. Remember that SAVE Act? Remember that whole thing? The voting thing? Yeah. Watch what happens when the Democrats shut this down, because this is what they're going to get if they do it again. This is the 3D chess that they're always talking about behind the scenes. Watch this. This is important.
The reason why dozens of Democrats voted for some of these bills is because there was some not so good stuff in it, which is ultimately why you did see a few of us hold our votes on it. But what I will say is that they kind of move in a block. So the votes as a whole for these appropriations will now have to go back to the House because they're going to reject it in the Senate. Yeah. But that actually allows us to pull this procedural procedure, which would allow us to essentially force the Senate at the same time to stick the SAVE Act in that if they want their appropriations to pass. I also think going into a midterm that the Democrats don't really have the ability to explain to their voters why certain things aren't getting done. They're trying to make this about ICE. Look, let's be real. What's happening in these sanctuary cities, which is exactly what this is the governor's using this as an effort to really try to make it look like there's an overreach of federal government, when in actuality, the governor is the one that's responsible for all of this because they're intentionally ordering law enforcement to stand down and not assist with any of this. And so I actually do think that this is kind of a game of chess that Chuck Schumer is not so good at. And so we will, again, be pulling this procedural maneuver in an effort to force the vote in the Senate, and we're not going to budge. And I promise you, we'll win this fight.
All right. Understand how this works. That was a direct threat from the House of Representatives that said, if you do this, Chucky, we're going to put the SAVE Act in, which requires, voter ID and stuff. And you sure don't want that. That's like vote repellent for Democrats. You can't have that. That's what's going to happen. That's what they're going down the road of. I'm telling you, if you thought it was fun before, wait until the attempted shutdown 2.0, take this one part, not this 6 part, split it out so I can make it easier for myself and harder for you. Just wait. The antics are going to be magical, but that is yet to be seen. Make sure you guys are checking my content out every single day. We start off with a short, we go into 2 long forms throughout the day, and we encapsulate the day of freedom with a live form where occasionally we have lefties wander into the mix, and you have been deputized. And tonight, my deputies truly stood up to the test of the fury of the left, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. Listen, if you enjoyed the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Of course, planes, chats, comments, emojis, all the things to let me know what you think, how I can get better in my life, guiding you through our freedom quest every single night. I love each and every one of you, just the right amount that makes you feel comfortable, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm Braden.